back to the show, everyone. I've got Dean White with me with Caring Senior Service and his guest, Sue Butler with Acacia Palliative Care. Mm-hmm. Hello, you two.
Good to see you.
Yeah. Nice to see you as well. Thank you for joining me this morning.
Yeah, you're getting used to all this heat in our spring. It's just, isn't that crazy?
I've enjoyed it thoroughly.
Right?
I know a lot of people might not, but I just, living at the beach, it's kind of a downer when there's fog every day. So I'm like embracing the sunshine while we have it.
Yes, definitely.
I love it. Dean, let's start with you real quick because you offer a lot of variety.
Yes,
when it comes to taking care of our seniors.
You know, we like to think that we are an extension to the family. So often the kids are trying to take care of mom, or even a spouse trying to take care of another spouse, and it's becoming a lot of work. You know, it's just remember the doctor's appointments, to go through the medicines that they need, and mom or dad might be getting forgetful, or they might have a slip or a fall. Sure. And that's the time to call us. We come in and we do the caregiving so the family can be the family.
I love that, because it does create some stress, right? And possibly a little bit of resentment when you're trying to take care of yourself and then somebody else.
Well, many people, their mom or dad are to that age that they need help, but then they themselves, they have a family and they have kids and they have life and they have work. Mm-hmm. And we come along, we're super flexible. A lot of companies require a large amount of hours per week. Not us. You can try us for as simply as 4 hours a week, and we can get started. We have a very flat, simple, pricing model. And for those that are vets, we even are approved with the VA. So we come alongside just to really take off the stress from the kids.
We've touched on this several episodes ago, but tell us real quick, how do people contact you so that they can find out if they've got benefits that they can take advantage of? Yeah,
it's really simple. They call our number, that's on the screen, and there's two sides of the VA. There's the federal and the state. And if you're a vet, there's some state funds that are available for you. Mm-hmm. But if you are a spouse, some people don't realize, but on the spouse side, you have benefits through through federal and not on state. But we're able to search that for you and get you directly connected. If you go through the front door of the VA, it might be a little bit of a journey. But if you go through us, then we can get you directly into the right spot.
Right. Mm-hmm. Okay. So takes the burden off of.
Mm-hmm. And it's a really great transition. Many people have Medicare benefits that they don't even realize, and that's where Acacia Health comes in. Because Acacia Health, all of their things is covered through Medicare for free for their client.
Really? Can you touch more on that a little bit, Sue?
Yeah, so Acacia has 3 lines of service, but today I want to particularly speak about palliative. So palliative was formed back in November 22, where our company did receive the highest accreditation through the Joint Commission.
Congratulations.
So it's been, and we just actually had that renewed with flying colors. And so the objective of this is really the patients and families that need really that extra level of care. With our palliative program, it is under our home health benefit. So most companies, when they do speak about palliative, they really limit the services, and it is under their hospice benefit. So that's something where your viewers should really be asking, do you offer, what kind of services under your palliative program? So this is for patients that have been diagnosed with a life-limiting disease. Could be COPD, could be cancer, heart congestion, things of that nature, where it's not going to really get better, but 12, 15 months, it could even be a couple of years, where they may eventually need the hospice services. But with our palliative program, we offer all the disciplines that home health do provide. So that could be physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech therapy. It could be respiratory therapy. And so just really the added layer of us coming in the home, and then also offering a social worker that could be some financial support or guidance that they need. There could be a spiritual counselor we do provide as well, not really coming in with an agenda, although they can do, but spiritually, but they just really to be a counselor for the patient and perhaps their family. So that's where we really do differ, and this is covered 100% under Medicare.
Really?
And so it could be as simple as them needing a weekly shower. That you come in, they would take care of that.
Yeah. We have to assess for that, for the, how often that we could. But especially, folks that are living on their own or they don't have that support and they really do need to, keep clean, because what people don't realize is the breakdown of the skin, that's when they can get sores. They can get all kinds of, and our bathing aids can then have that professional eye to make sure that the skin is, is looking okay.
And for a female, after the age of 75, UTIs are very, very common.
Yeah.
And so if we can aid with just some general, tools or a bath aid, then we can keep diseases or infections down. Because we know anytime you get a UTI, it also kind of changes the brain mechanics and people get delusion.
Oh my goodness.
And so anytime that we can come and offer more help, especially with cleanliness, the person's going to live longer and healthier.
Yeah, and that's obviously preventative, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Tell me, help me understand and our viewers understand, what is the transition between what you can offer in terms of in-home services?
Sure.
Then transitioning into a palliative.
Yeah, it's a great question. We usually see these words, and they're so intertwined. In-home care, we have home health, and then we have hospice, and then somewhere in the middle is palliative. And how do I journey through this, right? And so, hospice is usually when somebody has been diagnosed with something that within 6 months it's going to be terminal. And so hospice is able to come in covered fully by Medicare, and they provide everything from hospital beds to oxygen to many other things. What they don't provide is 24/7 care.
Right.
That's where
people.
This is where our
don't
in-home
realize.
care. In-home care is what we provide. We will do anything from a 2-hour visit to 24 hours a day. We are the extension to create that independence in that person's life. So this is on a regular daily basis. You have somebody come in, and that is your aide that comes through and comes alongside of you. In the middle, we have something that's called home health. Home health, many people, if I broke my leg snowboarding, I'd go home. The doctor, after the doctor fixes my leg, he might send me home to rehab. And home health could be sent to bring a nurse come in to help me bathe, set my medication, and they're there for the temporary, but a higher educational person's going to come in than somebody there's a nurse or an LVN. And so those are the big buckets. Palliative, the reason that we don't hear it so often is because many other companies don't provide the extension that Acacia does. And so they come in covered all under Medicare, and if you have a COPD, something with your heart, it's going to be somewhere down the road you're going to need hospice, but you're not ready yet. That's where you come in and they can offer them more detailed care.
And we can also, we do also provide in-home monitoring, so which means we can teach the family or the patient to take their blood pressure, their saturations, things like that, so we can nip things in the bud. Yeah.
Thank you so much, you two, for sharing that valuable information.
Yeah.
You
Thank
bet.
you.
We'll be back right after these messages.